Oh, that was dumb.
But it was
very
fun.
us.
Yes.
Dumb, but us. That's a pretty good introduction.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
I have to say. Dumb, but also slightly intelligent.
There we go.
There we go.
Hi, everybody. I am Dawn,
I am Jen.
and we are the Women in Caskets podcast.
And we are here to audially welcome you. Audibly. Audibly. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. Audibly welcome you
To our Patreon
page. For those of you who are not familiar with Dawn and I and with the Women in Caskets podcast, first we will just give you a quick little rundown of each of us and who we are. My name is Jen Brown. I am an actor and feminist and lifelong horror fan. I'm mostly known for my voiceover work that I've done with such companies as DC Universe Online, where I'm Harley Quinn, as well as popular Rooster Teeth shows, Red vs. Blue, Ruby, Day 5, and others. And I am also forming my own horror production company called Brown Recluse Films. I ran a theater company successfully here in Austin for 6 years with the beautiful woman who's about to talk to you.
Hi. Just a little background on me. I have a theater degree with a background in stage management and some design. I, too, am a lifelong horror movie fan and a feminist who works a desk job at the moment, paying the bills. And yeah, just really into genre cinema of all kinds, sci-fi, horror, adventure, the whole 9 yards, comic book reader, all that kind of stuff. So overall well-rounded geek nerd girl.
Yeah.
So that is who
me,
sort of we are.
Obviously not a geek.
Just a nerd.
Just a nerd.
Just a nerd.
Just a nerd. Just a big fat nerd. So we have been so grateful and lucky to be able to have been doing our podcast for well over a year now. And we are starting to approach our 2-year anniversary. And we started this podcast because, well, first and foremost, we are horror fans. And we kind of saw an opening a little bit, but it was more so about us just wanting to get out all the stuff that's been in our brains. We, as women, have been huge horror fans, but are also obviously aware of how the genre itself can not be the nicest to the female.
And Jen and I have spent a lot of time between the two of us talking with each other about all of these things, and we decided that it was time to share those thoughts with the world.
And also talking about the phenomenon of how many women love horror movies, and why do they appeal to us so much, and why do they appeal to feminists so often? Because they really do.
And above and beyond that, looking at how horror movies approach things like mental illness and diversity and all of the sorts of things that go on with that you don't normally see horror movies reviewed as.
Exactly. Or at least a lot of people don't, or at least I'd say a person with general horror movie knowledge would not necessarily think that horror movies could do those things.
And we're here to prove to you that they can.
Yeah. So we like to review our favorite movies. Usually we tend to focus on the ones that we feel are doing things right. But we do obviously talk about the problematic and the troublesome. And a lot of our tropesodes and our episodes, we break down certain types of stereotypes or overused tropes from horror films over the decades.
And, we have gone into retrospectives looking at horror series, and we have done interviews with people that work in the horror movie business and all of that. And we've been bringing that to, you guys for coming on 2 years. And we've kind of been financing it out of our own pockets.
Right.
And right now, there's so many other things that we want to do. There are more interviews that we want to do. There are more events that we want to attend. There's better equipment that we would like to buy.
Absolutely.
So much of that stuff that we would like to do. We'd like to get this up and running as an actual business and offer merchandising and all of that kind of stuff that we want to do.
And also following our wonderful win of the Austin Chronicle Best Non-Chronicle Film Critic in the Chronicle Readers Poll for 2016. We want to start thinking about expanding and not only doing horror movies, but also reviewing other regular non-genre and other genre, sci-fi, whatnot, films, fantasy films, in addition to horror, on a sub-site, if you will. So we still want to keep the caskets will always be caskets, but we want to start flirting with the possibility of broadening it, giving you guys more.
And all of this stuff takes time, and time equals money, and money is, as you guys are probably well aware, not always in ample supply. And so we are reaching out to you guys, to our fans, to people who want to hear more about the wonderful things that horror movies can do and the wonderful things that genre cinema can do in terms of exploring the human condition or new ways to decapitate people, because God knows we love our gore too.
Absolutely.
And that's why we're reaching out to you guys and setting up this Patreon. Now, we have a number of tiers that are going to be set up. They are going to change from time to time, and we'll just say that right up front.
Absolutely.
Our base tier will always be our base tier, and that's just going to be our basic. You get all the exclusive content. We're going to send you a little something to remember us by, and we're going to probably name check you at some point on the podcast, because that's what we want to do. There are going to be other things that come up. There are going to be things that come down. There are going to be special limited edition things that we will do from time to time. And all of that can be found in our different rewards tiers. So feel free to pick whatever rewards tier you like. Once you have successfully paid at that tier once, we will consider that tier fulfilled, and we will fulfill whatever reward is at that tier.
Absolutely.
You can change them at any time. You can come and go as you please. We all know that some months you come up a little thin and you gotta shut it down, and that is okay.
100%.
So this is us asking you to support us so that we can do more. We've got the big long list of things that we would like to do. Like what we just rattled off the top of our heads is only scratching the surface of what we want to do for you guys.
And just a perfect example is, like, this year, we were able to interview Bruce Campbell. We would like to continue to be able to do those types of things. And that means getting more access to festivals and going out as media to more screenings.
Travel takes cash.
Exactly.
So we have goals also that we have set on our Patreon account. So if you can help us reach our goals tell you specifically sort of what our priorities are in terms of getting stuff up and off the ground. You can always message us through this. You can reach us at all of our different contact methods, which are listed on this page somewhere. I'm not exactly sure where. I'm trying to picture it in my mind, and I know it's on there, but you guys are always welcome to reach out to us, suggest tiers, suggest anything that you guys would like to see. And like we said, we will have exclusive content on here that you'll have access to as a supporter, and our ever undying, undead gratitude.
Yes. Our undead, disgusting, rotting corpse dripping broken femur,
brain goo spewing gratitude.
Yes. Forever.
So thank you guys. Go watch a horror movie.
And hopefully listen to us afterwards.